Sam Roberts here with the Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior, what's the haps?
The haps. Right. What is that, a trick question? The haps?
No, it's like, what's the haps, you know?
No, I don't know what it means. What, are you asking me what's happening?
You're right.
Okay, there you go. All right, Sam. We're here today to talk about the video game that's coming out, the 2k14 video game.
Well, this is
Warrior character being a pre-order character in it.
This is big for you because, I mean, you look back there and this was the Warrior of past. He's coming to life again. What are your thoughts?
It's awesome, man. I think it's as I've said before many times a day, you know, it's humbling that the wrestling fans have continued to want to be excited by the Ultimate Warrior character and that persona and the energy and the work and the creativity I put in it and have it in a video game and play with it and have fun.
Plus, that means you don't have to put the tights back on and run around the ring.
No, man. Well, I had that idea years ago with my comic book project. I said, man, I can look great forever in that thing. I don't have to worry about it anymore, right?
Easy. You know, it's been a long time since you did anything associated with WWE. What's your relationship like with them, with Vince McMahon?
Well, in the licensing deals that I've done with other video games, action figures, and now with 2K, they got to... sign off on. They got to sign off. 2K's got to go to them and say, "Okay, we reach out to Warrior and do a licensing deal with him." I do my own licensing deal, but I don't work hand in hand with them about the game or talk to anybody there in-house. The best thing about everything right now with WWE after years of fighting and storytelling and stuff is that we're not fighting right now. I don't have anything I can tell you about what the future holds. There's always, when something like this happens, there's always rumors that take place about a potential return in some way or a Hall of Fame appearance. I don't have anything to tell you about that.
Do you watch the product at all anymore? Are you aware of the guys that are currently wrestling?
I'm aware of the top guys, but no, I don't watch it. I don't watch the wrestling at all. I was telling the story earlier that I've got two children, 12 and 10, two daughters, and the first time that they watched the wrestling with me was on the 20th anniversary of my match with Hogan. We do a movie night thing every week. We sat down that week and we watched that match.
Is that your favorite match you ever?
Oh, I don't know. If I'm going to set aside some time to be entertained, I'm not going to watch wrestling matches. I'm going to do something else. So I don't know if of course, anybody in my shoes would have to say that's one of their favorite moments of their career or my career if they were me. I mean, it's impossible not to do that, man. The build up and the way the business was at the time, the way the business worked differently at the time. The next year was also a great year, but also, I can look back on my beginning days in WWF, traveling up and down the road, being challenged to see if I had what it took to go on tour full time, wrestling guys like Steve Lombardi, the Brooklyn Brawler and stuff, man. Just some great times all around.
So part of the appeal of getting you in this game is interacting with guys from different eras, current guys even before you, guys after you.
Yeah.
If you get back in the ring, and say you're in your prime, and you can get back in the ring for one more match, who is a guy that you'd like to get your hands on?
I got asked that earlier. I don't have anybody I would choose. I can't, I don't even go there.
You wouldn't do the Ultimate Warrior versus Vince McMahon grudge match?
Yeah.
I hear a yeah somewhere in here.
That was Maddie. That's my daughter. And it's interesting to think about. I mean, come on. One of the greatest periods in the WWE history was the angles, the storyline with Stone Cold Steve Austin. And it wasn't even built around wrestling, really. It was built around other stuff. The mindsets and the attitudes and the characters. And me and Vince got more real heat between one another than anybody else, man. And if you just brought that, just blew on the flames a little bit, it'd be incredible. And largely because Vince's intensity for things hasn't died, and neither has mine.
Right.
If I was like some of the other talent that worked in that time and just broken down and all worn out and tired, and it'd be different. But I'm not. I think so. I could be wrong, but there's a lot of people out there got different ideas about what would work, especially today with social media, people talking about different things. Yeah, that would be neat. But I don't sit around, fantasizing about it too much. My days in the ring, chances are really good that they're over. They're done. That's it.
But it's nice to know it's something the kids want to see. At least one.
I don't. I feel like when people get asked that question, because I want to give you, I always want to be real with people,
Yeah.
And when people get asked that question, they come up with answers that they don't really mean. And my answer really about that is that I don't ever sit and think. I'm just indifferent to the idea. It's not good or bad or anything. It doesn't have anything to do with thinking about how great somebody else is or how wonderful it would be, the chemistry or anything like that. I don't sit and think about that stuff. I just don't. I don't know. I wake up every day and I put as much of myself into what I'm doing at that moment. I don't spend a lot of time fantasizing about things, what ifs, and what I'd rather be doing. I get the most out of my day every single day, and I do what I want to do, and I give everything about myself to it.
Well, Warrior, hopefully the time comes where that ends up happening. In the meantime, people have the game, so they can live it out themselves.
Yeah, you know what, really? Do you play the games?
I do. I play the wrestling games, yeah.
You like them?
I do.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing the question and answer thing here all morning, and a lot of people want to start picking it apart. If you love the game and you love playing the game, or you like playing other kinds of games, just get into the game, man. Mm-hmm. Don't get bothered by all the other stuff. Just get into it all the way. Just become one with it. And those characters back from that time, they were so different and so unique, man. They just, they've connected with people in a mental way and a heartful way that I don't know if the characters of today do or ever will. And it doesn't have anything to do with the characters of today per se. It has to do with the world that we're living in, the culture, the social media, all that stuff. And somebody was asking me earlier about that, if social media would have changed my success. I'm certain that in some ways it may have. When I was doing my thing, that's all I was thinking about. I didn't turn to look at Twitter to see what people were saying about how I did, and there wasn't any place to go.
Right. And you're not sitting there thinking about how do I talk to these people now. It's like I got my 10 minutes, 15 minutes in the ring, and that's what I do.
You see people in movies and you see superstars and celebrities, and you think, man, they never have an off day. They never have a down moment.
Right.
They do. They do. And so with access to all that stuff and not knowing where it's really coming from, whether it's really truly constructive criticism or whether it's just somebody who's envious or jealous of you, it's hard to juggle all that stuff. And I think that your generation, and you paying attention to wrestling and watching the characters over the last couple of decades, even the fans have probably seen it happen a couple of times where the thing that hurt the persona the most was listening to what other people were telling them to do.
Like people on Twitter and fans, and all of a sudden everybody's got access to talking to you, whereas before you got to go through like 6 layers before you have direct communication.
You don't get any of it.
Yeah.
None of it.
Yeah.
They got to write you a fan letter.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how to write anymore. They don't teach it in schools.
Of course not, unless it's in 140 characters.
Text message or email. So.
Well, congrats on being in the game. Our time is up here, but I could talk to you for hours upon hours. Congratulations. Thanks, Warrior.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it, Sam. Say hi to everybody over there, Opie and Anthony.
I will.
All right, and tell everybody, too, that to get the Ultimate Warrior character, they got to pre-order that game.
Right, so pre-order the game.
Pre-order game.
Yeah.
You got that?
I got it.
Okay.
All right.
Forget
You got it?
All right.
All right.
Super, man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, dude.
All right.